Welcome back to another episode of Calmly Tuned. Have you ever thought about what is in your shampoo? What does it do to your body? And is there any lasting impact on our general health? Let's step back in time. Back in 4000 BC, cosmetic routines emerged from bathhouses to hairstyling, reserved for the upper echelons of society. In 3000 BC, the belief becomes widespread that grooming and adornment separated us from all other animals. Babylonian courts contained multiple bathrooms, complete with clean running water. Soap made from animal fat boiled with ashes was stored in clay jars. In 1500 BC, Egyptian beauticians harvested plants like lotus flowers for essential oils and combined animal and vegetable oils with alkaline salts to form a soap-like material for treating skin and for washing. Back in the day, people relied entirely on natural botanical cleansers, animal fat and rigorous dry brushing. Because daily washing was impractical, hair was often protected with coif or veils to minimize dust and dirt exposure. After learning all the complicated steps our ancestors took for their hair care, I have a newfound respect for them, and it was obvious that washing hair was kinda rare and a luxury back in the day.
Hey, having good hair day?
Yes, feel like million rocks.
The practice of using herbal mixtures originated in ancient India, Egypt, and Rome. The word shampoo actually comes from the Hindi word shampoo, meaning to massage. Early shampoos were boiling mixtures of shaved soap and herbs. Then Din Muhammad brought the concept of shampooing from India to the Western world. Investor like Hans turns that idea into a product we could all use at home. He first launched a powder shampoo in 1903, then dry shampoo and modern liquid shampoo was invented in 1927. In 1933, he invented the world's first non-alkaline shampoo, Onal Kelly, which is now considered the prototype of all modern shampoo. Non-alkaline shampoos are acidic to neutral. The pH is typically around 4.5 to 5.5 to match our scalp's natural pH value. These can prevent the hair cuticles from opening, reducing the frizz, breakage, and color fading. There are so many options to choose from. Which one of them actually works in your favor and is environmentally friendly? Back to the present, 2026, I was people looking at how people choosing their hair shampoo. A lot of families will open the bottle and let the kids sniff it. If it passes the sniff test, passing the sniff test goes like this. Yummy! That bottle of shampoo will follow the family home. For adults, they will normally look at what specific purpose the shampoo is for. Let's say whether the shampoo is for dry, itchy scalp, oily scalp, hair lines, and so on. But have you ever thought about whether the product actually does what it claims? For some people, it's all about the aesthetic of the bottle and nothing about the content in the bottle. Let's look at different types of shampoo. First up, we have dry shampoo. The early dry shampoos, around 1903 to 1908, were water-soluble powder formulations. While the exact proprietary formulas are closely guarded, they were primarily composed of starch-based absorbing powders such as rice or wheat starches, blended with herbs and alkaline cleansing components. In modern times, dry shampoo in aerosol cans is the most common form. And because of that, butane and propane, otherwise known as liquid petroleum gas, are almost necessary as part of the ingredient for dry shampoo. They are colorless, odorless gases coming out of your dry shampoo aerosol can when you spray it. Butane and propane are closely associated with benzene. Benzene is a known human carcinogen. A carcinogen is any substance, radiation, or organism that can cause cancer. While benzene is never intentionally added to dry shampoos, but it can sometimes appear as an accidental trace contaminant. This typically occurs in aerosol products due to impurities in the aerosol spray mechanism. Repeated inhalations of butane or propane may also lead to respiratory issues. Back in 2022, there was a class action against Clorox dry shampoo regarding the benzene concentrations in their product. But since then, they have recalled those products, but I'm not sure whether the current product is 100% free of benzene. And just years ago, Unilever, a multinational consumer packaged goods company, issued a massive voluntary recall for over 1.5 million aerosol dry shampoo units across the US and Canada due to an increased level of benzene. You won't see benzene listed on the label, as it is a contaminant of these other petrochemicals within the product, like propane. If you inhale butane long enough, and especially in an enclosed space, it can cause sudden sniffing death. Butane can sensitize our hearts to adrenaline. A sudden burst of exercise or startle after inhalations can trigger a fatal cardiac arrest or irregular heartbeat, arrhythmia. Butane and propane are also classified as simple asphyxiant. They can take the place of oxygen in the lungs, making us difficult to breathe. In an enclosed or poorly ventilated space, a high volume leak will displace oxygen, creating a hypoxic environment where breathable air is forced out. Some have also reported symptoms such as headache, nausea, and mood swings when in the surrounding area of these gases. If you really have to use it, make sure you are in a well-ventilated space and avoid spraying massive amount in a short amount of time like you are going to the disco in the 80s. Propane and butane can be tough on your hair and scalp. These chemicals can strip away your hair's natural oils, leaving it dry and brittle, and they can even irritate your scalp. Using these products for a long time can really upset your scalp's natural balance, leading to issues like dandruff, itching, or even causing your scalp to produce more oil to make up for the lost moisture. Aerosol dry shampoos can leave a layer of residues that clogs your hair follicles and scalp pores. Over time, these build up can cause scalp problems like inflammation, scalp irritation, dryness, and even hair loss. If you tend to have oily or sensitive scalp, that extra residue can make things even worse. Aerosol propellants contributes to air pollution, and they can deplete and damage our ozone layer. We need the ozone layer to shield us from the sun UV rays. It's essentially built-in sunscreen. Aerosol cans typically can't be recycled, and making them contributes to further pollution problem. These propellants used in these products can also harm the environment, adding to your carbon footprint. The good news is that they are natural dry shampoo powder that does not involve aerosol can. This is one of them. The key takeaway is to avoid dry shampoo in any form of aerosol can and go for the powder one, and look out for propane, isobutane, or butane in the ingredient list. Next up is our most common use of shampoo, liquid shampoo or soap. When I first researched both of them, oh my god, the list of nasty ingredients in shampoo just kept going on and on. I picked the one that is most commonly found in the vast majority of the product that you will buy or just sitting in your bathroom right now. You have probably heard of the term sulfate. They are chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laurate sulfate. These chemical detergents cause your shampoo to foam as you massage it into your hair, and more than 90% of hair care products contain them. Once rinsed, the sulfates strip your hair and scalp of their natural oils, moisturizers, and colors, leaving only dryness, flaking, and irritation behind. The main concern for sulfate, however, is their potential to form carcinogens that can ultimately lead to kidney damage and hormone disruptions. These chemicals on the scalp can even cause contact dermatitis in people with sensitive skin. For this reason, experts classify sulfates as potent allergens. Additionally, sulfates can damage your hair follicles so much that they may not produce new hair, which can result in hair loss. In addition, these harsh chemicals can cause eye irritations and damage, especially in babies and young children. Another problematic sulfide is selenium sulfide. It is carcinogenic, and usually you can find it in anti-dandruff shampoos and products. Lab tests on mice showed the development of tumor due to selenium sulfide. The next time you shop for your shampoo, look at the label for ammonium lauryl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, and sodium laurate sulfate. These are the main sulfates to avoid. The good news is there are some alternatives of a gentle surfactant. They are mostly plant-derived cleanser like SCI or CB. They cleanse without stripping the natural oils. Parabens are another extremely popular and harmful additive. These can be found in many name brand shampoos and conditioners. They mainly act as a preservative to extend the shelf life. They are also known as xenoestrogens. Parabens can disrupt your natural hormone balance and cause skin irritations, affect your reproductive health, and cause neurotoxicity. Unfortunately, you won't see an ingredient list that lists the word parabens on it. Instead, you will need to look out for words ending with parabens. For example, butyl parabens, ethyl parabens, and methyl parabens. PEG is another agent to look out for. It is a thickening agent, often made from petroleum and a list of byproducts known to strip the hairs of moisture and causing breakage. PEG has been classified as a developmental toxin. This means it can damage or disrupt human development. Please be patient as the list keeps going. Another one is dimethicone. It is a form of silicone that gives your hair that soft and silky feel. However, this ingredient will only dry out your hair in the long run and cause build-up at your roots and irritate or burn your scalp. The build-up on your scalp will actually block out moisture and stop the nutrients flow to your hair and create an abundance of residue and dirt that clog your pores. Alternatives to dimethicone are available. These include silicone-free shampoos. Look for silicone-free on the label or read the ingredient list. Ingredients that end in -con or siloxane are likely silicones. It is fairly easy to replace silicones in hair products. Jojoba oil and butters are the best replacement. The last three chemicals are in most products that I have seen in the supermarket, but get overlooked all the time because of its name. Do you remember the words fragrance, colors? They can contain unlisted chemicals that trigger scalp sensitivities and allergies. Fragrance and colors are just terrible in every way. Not only are these components unnecessary, but they are also harmful to your skin and can cause several health issues. The word fragrance or parfum is a loophole manufacturers use to avoid listing chemicals and whatever else was used to create the fragrance. Ultimately, there is no way of knowing what all you are getting in the product. The danger is that most of the chemicals used to create fragrance can lead to infertility, irritations, hair loss. The list just goes on and on. The fragrance industry uses more than 3,100 chemicals to build these pleasant, sweet additions to your shampoo. Synthetic colors that were added in your shampoo are most likely derived from petroleum and coal tar. These two things are known to cause a range of health issues. The last chemical in this video is phenoxyethanol. The issue with phenoxyethanol is that it is ethosylated, meaning there are certain chemical reactions during its creation or the end product can be contaminated with cancer-causing carcinogens, such as these bad boys. Of course, it will also destroy your body bit by bit, just like all other chemicals we talk about. An expert panel from the Cosmetic Ingredient Review first reviewed all available data on this chemical back in 1990. They concluded that it is safe enough to apply topically in concentrations of 1% or lower. In 2007, they said the same thing with the newly available data. The European Commission on Health and Food Safety also said that using this chemical in cosmetic at a 1% or less concentration is okay. However, if you really think about it, if your sunscreen has phenoxyethanol, your makeup also has phenoxyethanol, your shampoo has phenoxyethanol, are you still really using 1% or less concentrations of phenoxyethanol on a daily basis? The key takeaway that I get is that most of these chemical agents seems to be safe to use at a very low dose. But using several products all containing a very low dose could still potentially result in overexposure. And back to the shampoo, if you compare liquid shampoo to dry shampoo, liquid shampoo have more potential to do more harm than dry shampoo just because of the amount of the chemical that can fit into a bottle. The good news is that as of 2026, I do see more and more plant-based shampoo, natural or organic shampoo on the supermarket shelf. I've attached a more comprehensive list of nasty ingredients in your shampoo down below. Feel free to check it out. Hope you liked this video. It has been real. See you next time. Oh wait, have you subscribed and let me know what you want to watch next?